Alright guys, we are here with Brad's ute. We have previously tuned this ute with just an OTR and it made really good power just as stock, but he's decided to bring it back for one of our complete OSPWarehouse cam packages. So, motor's out, got the motor out at the moment. We are doing CNC heads on this one as well. So the motor's out so we can pull the heads off and get them off to next gen engineering to get them CNC ported and get them back here hopefully ASAP so we can get the rest of his cam kit together. We're also doing a complete exhaust from the headers back. See what this thing makes. It's a manual, so it should be making some pretty good power to the wheels. All right guys, we've got the L98 out. These heads are ready to come off and go to get CNC ported. The owner has decided while it's here, he wants to get the diff done. So at the moment, Bo's just pulling the diff out so that we can send, or he can come and get it to where he needs to take it to get the diff center all done and whatever gearing he wants to get and everything else. So it's all happening to this thing. Righto guys, so we've got the motor out of the big orange ute here. Unfortunately, we got the call from Next Gen, Tremaniac, same business, but where we sent the heads, unfortunately their main spindle on their 5-axis CNC machine kicked the bucket. So they're going to be at least 2 weeks behind on heads, which is quite stressy because this car's meant to be going a power cruise. And I think he may even have a VIP ticket to power cruise. And it's gotten it very fine with his heads. So it's a bit stressy. But anyway, it's time to start getting his short block ready so that it's ready for when the heads get here. We can just dump the heads on and get it back in the car. Righto guys, so engine for the VE ute is essentially now ready for our heads to finally arrive from Tremaniac. Hopefully not too much longer. I didn't film a lot of the process just because I was flat out doing other stuff. I do apologize, but this engine got everything we normally put through our stage 2 cam packages. So we've got a brand new rear main plate with new rear main seal, all new gaskets that were disturbed, new sump gasket, new front timing gasket, new front main seal. This one got a dual or twin row, double row timing set, brand new GM cam backing plate, which we chamfer for the Torrington bearing on the timing gear. It's got a LS2 style timing wedge instead of the traditional L98 ones, which are always broken. Brand new high pressure GM oil pump, which is shimmed on install to ensure it's centered. It's got a Crow Cams billet pickup girdle, brand new pickup O-ring. You know, all of the standard stuff that we do. It's going to be getting brand new LS7 lifters with lifter buckets. This one's getting ARP gear because that's our stage 2 setup. Is all ARP hardware for people who in future are thinking about supercharging or turboing or even just a bit of nitrous. You know, those ARP head bolts are super stout. So we'll show you a lot of the top end stuff when we get there. The cam that went in this one, they also get ARP cam bolts as well. We put the Crow Cams 1287 in this one, and it's pretty much the cam we use for just about all of our rectangle port cam kits. They're a really, really nice street cam, awesome results. They love boost as well. They're just a good all-round cam. So it gets degreed on install. We degree all of them all the time, and they all get recorded. But yeah, basically just a standard stage 2 cam install, cam upgrade. You've seen it on the channel a million times, but yeah. Yeehaw, we're just waiting on heads now. So I've emailed Next Gen Tremaniac this morning. Hopefully their 5-axis CNC machine's back up and running now or early next week because we're only, I think, 2 weeks out from Power Cruise and Bradley here's got a VIP ticket and this ute's meant to be going. So really hoping these heads are back hopefully next week so that we've got, you know, a week to get it in the car, get it tuned, get it ready and have it ready to go. So anyway, again, it's out of our control. There's nothing else we can do about it. Just gotta hope that they're ready. Rightio guys, so it is now Tuesday. We've got Power Cruise in 2 days and we did finally get our heads back, luckily, for this ute yesterday. So yeah, cutting it real fine, real close, but we've got our beautiful CNC'd heads back from Next Gen. Currently just CCing one of the chambers. Much like degreeing in a camshaft, it is just one of those monotonous jobs that we do on every set of heads that we do put on these engines when we do cam kits. We don't CC all the chambers, we just CC a chamber just to see how much whatever we've decided to take off the heads affects the chamber size and how that's going to affect compression. We also do a piston to deck clearance check and record all that as well, so that we can work out our final compression ratio static as well, and you know, have all that information. But some lovely CNC ported heads here. They look bloody awesome. Bo's already obviously assembled our heads. They've been washed and assembled. Bo checked all the installed heights, worked out all the installed heights for the springs. We ended up putting shims on both the intake and exhaust side to get them up to spec for install height. But yeah, all assembled, ready to go, CC'd. We'll record that, do a piston to deck clearance check, and then these can get cleaned up and whacked on with our new gaskets and ARP head bolts. All right guys, so we are getting together. Obviously checked our valve lash, got our correct push rod length, we've got our CET trunnions in our rockers. Yeehaw, 80th hour push rods, ended up at 7,350 for length to get the correct preload on the lifters. Happy days, heads are on, ARB head bolts, it's all well and good. Get our covers cleaned up, ready to go on, get this thing buttoned up. While I finish this off, Bo is currently getting our new diff in the ute, which we picked up yesterday as well as these heads. So the diff's been done by Hart Transmissions with a LSD, and I can't remember what gearing Brad ended up going. I think he might have gone 3.9s, which would be perfect for this thing being a manual. So it should be an awesome, fun little combo. We're really looking forward to it. So trying to have this engine in there this afternoon is the plan. See if we actually get there or not. So that hopefully tomorrow we can get everything buttoned up on the car, get the new exhaust on, which we'll show you as we go, and hopefully get it onto the dyno so that he can pick it up on Thursday morning before he heads down to Queensland Raceway to power cruise. So that's the plan. Provided everything goes right, we'll just see how we go. And I'm not sure if I said it already, but obviously can't give the boys there at Tremaniac / Next Gen Engineering enough praise for pulling it out of the head and getting these heads done. Obviously they had an issue with their CNC machine, which is out of their control, and unfortunately the heads being there and then being delayed was out of our control, but the boys there essentially allowed us to jump the queue so that we could get these heads sorted and try and get this car to power cruise. So can't thank them enough for making that happen. Yeah, it would have been not so much fun if we weren't able to, so big thanks. Righto guys, engine's in, moving along. Got our clutch and everything on there with some AAP flywheel bolts, etc. Happy days. Just checking our brand new Black Ops exhaust here. So we've got new 7" and 7/8 4-into-1s. Now we got in the habit of doing this before we put things in the car, because we've been caught out by this before, and it's not very fun when things are already mounted in the car and you come across this. So a lot of these aftermarket exhaust systems, you need to check clearance to the plugs for the leads, especially with these steel protectors on the leads, because often they will sort of come down too far, interfere, and put a lot of pressure on the plug. You'll end up cracking the porcelain, all sorts of things trying to get leads on and off. And once they're in the car, it's very hard to obviously make clearance and grind them and do this the way you're supposed to. So normally we just check these pipes with the engine on the engine stand. Obviously due to our time constraints, we just got the engine in the car and Bo's going on with that while I just check these and some dummy heads with some other gear. But as you can see, case in point, at the back here, this little flange, like obviously as you can see, this is mounted really low. It's about the lowest you ever mount it, but it's good to check anyway. Best place to check it. But where this flange comes through and protrudes is actually in the way of our little protector getting the plug on. So something to look out for, guys. Like I said, if you've already got heads out or engine on a stand or something and you're gonna put new pipes on, just go through this and check it. It's worth checking, and just sort of give them a clean up. So don't take this as a knock to this brand or anything, trust me. The last ones that we had a lot worse issues with were not this brand. They're actually a much more popular brand, but we're not into obviously shaming companies or anything here. The thing you just have to remember is that these exhausts are mass produced, and realistically for what they are cheap. Like when you consider what you get one of these complete exhausts for these days versus the materials and time it would take to fabricate one, I think that people realistically expect far too much from these exhausts for what they cost. They are freaking cheap, and they work awesome. Just a few little fitment things you got to check. None of them, trust me, we've done just about every brand you could think of, and none of them fit up that great. They are a mass-produced item. They are a bit hard to fit. You know, it's hard to get them in there, and sometimes the flanges are a bit funny, and it's hard to get bolts in and stuff. But once you get them in there and all together, and they go through a couple of heat cycles, they're okay. But don't get hung up on it, because trust me when I tell you, all of them are the same. We like the Black Ops ones because we found that they sound the best. That's why we stuck with Black Ops. They make mild steel stuff, and the mild steel stuff we found from them is really well priced, moderately easy to work with compared to a lot of other brands, and we reckon that they are the best sounding ones we've come across. So that's why we stick with Black Ops, and that's why we keep using them. Mostly we really like the sound. But anyway, we'll grind that up, and it's a lot easier to do that now than this would be at the back on the driver's side. You know, trying to do this once it's in the car to get that plug lead to fit would have been an absolute pain. So yeah, just a pro tip, if you're going to be doing this, check it first out of the car. Righto guys, getting there. We've got our brand new Black Ops exhaust all fitted up. And just like I was saying about the headers, this exhaust, surprisingly, out of just about all of them on the market, we find that these actually fit up, as far as the exhaust system goes, the best. Out of just about all the ones we've tried. So, like I said, none of them fit that great. People just expect a lot from what these are for the price you get them for. But yeah, we have found that these, in general, require the least amount of work than, yeah, most of the others that we have tried before. So we do really like these systems. That's why we keep on using them. And at the moment, Bo's just putting some fresh diff oil in our fresh diff. So once the diff's got oil, we can drop this down. With the exhaust system all buttoned up, we're ready to prime this engine, get some oil pressure up, and then whack in some plugs, finish putting it back together and fire her up and hear it roar. Get it on the dyno and get it tuned and get it to Power Cruise tomorrow. You can see we're finally going back together completely. We've got oil pressure up, so we're all going together. It's about to get started for the first time. Let's hear how she sounds. Righto guys, so boys are here to pick up the ute this morning. Didn't sign off a video yesterday, it was just too hectic. We were here till pretty late getting this thing sorted, and then there was meant to be a hailstorm coming over, so we were pretty busy. But we ended up at a 472, which for this thing with the 3.9 gears and for how low it is quite a good outcome. We're pretty stoked with that. Very, very happy, especially new exhaust, mufflers still have to pack out and stuff. We normally see a couple of horsepower increase once it's done a bit more time, but yeah, really happy days. Manual, 470 with 3.9s, it's gonna be a handful.
Should be.
So it was, we did have before, I'm not gonna go back through and find it now, but the previous tune that we did in 2021, which was the car with just the OTR and the exhaust, no other modifications, was 369 or something, about 370. So basically got 100 more horsepower, and then, you know, going from your 3.4.6 to your 3.9 gears, it's just gonna be very, very different to drive, so.
Slippery,
that'll be it. So boys are heading straight down to Power Cruise. Power Cruise started today, so a huge big shout out to Tremaniac for getting them heads sorted for us. That really was a huge help getting that right and getting them here in time for us to make this deadline. And it's been a big week, but it's going to Power Cruise. Yeehaw. Have fun.
hopefully it doesn't come back on Monday.
Nah, don't bring it back on Monday. I don't want to know about it. It'll be right. Oh, actually, it's still only got water in it. It doesn't have coolant in it yet, so.
All right, I'll be able to do that.
Yep. Anyway, guys, another cam kit out the door. Super happy to have our name on this one. Good result, happy customers. So thanks for watching as always. Head to our store, check out the cam kits. If you're interested in camming your Commodore yourself, we do sell kits that include everything you need to do what you just watched us do, pretty much. So also other add-ons and upgrades and stuff like that. So head to the parts store, check it out. Get yourself some cool parts. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching as always. Smash like, smash subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out. See you. Bye.